Breaking. Health Canada has issued 4 critical safety alerts on March 12, 2026. These recalls involve products that could pose serious risks to consumers across Canada. Today, we're covering each of these 4 recalls in detail, so you know exactly what to look for, what actions to take, and how to stay safe. First, we have nitrous oxide chargers sold for inhalation without proper market authorization, which can be extremely dangerous if misused. Second, Salt of the Earth's Cedar and Amaris Replenish Cream has been recalled due to elevated levels of methyl eugenol, a chemical linked to health risks. Third, a popular consumer product, the Cool Fidget Toy Stress Ball with rare earth magnets, has been recalled because of ingestion hazards that could lead to serious internal injuries. Lastly, the Modifo Tool 5-in-1 smoke and carbon monoxide detector has been recalled because of potential failure to operate correctly, risking undetected fires or carbon monoxide buildup. Recall notices are issued when products are found to be unsafe, often due to manufacturing defects, regulatory violations, or unapproved substances. These alerts are critical for consumer safety, and it's essential to stay informed. We'll walk through each recall, from affected products to hazards, company responses, and what you need to do if you own these items. Stay tuned, because your safety depends on understanding these issues. Now, let's dive into each recall in detail, starting with nitrous oxide chargers. On March 12, 2026, Health Canada announced a recall for nitrous oxide chargers manufactured by Unknown. These products are commonly used in culinary settings for whipping cream or in recreational contexts for inhalation. Nitrous oxide, often called laughing gas, is a colorless, odorless gas that can produce euphoric effects when inhaled. These chargers are small canisters filled with compressed nitrous oxide gas, typically sold in retail stores or online. They are popular among home chefs, bartenders, and sometimes used recreationally, despite the risks. The affected products in this recall are sold under various brands, including Bamboozle, Best Whip, Erotica, Gold Whip, Great Whip, and Super Whip, all without proper market authorization, DIN, in Canada. This means they were sold without approval from Health Canada, raising serious safety concerns. These chargers are distributed nationwide, reaching consumers across all provinces. Because they lack regulatory approval, their safety and manufacturing standards are unverified, increasing the risk of malfunction or dangerous exposure. The affected products were sold between late 2024 and early 2026, primarily through online platforms and specialty stores. Consumers should check their product packaging for brand names and any model or lot numbers to identify affected units. Remember, these chargers are intended for culinary use, but some have been misused for recreational inhalation, which can cause severe health issues or even death. The key point is, do not use these products for inhalation, and verify if you have an affected batch. Now, let's look at the specific affected products in detail. Now, let's go through the specific products affected by this recall. The affected units are sold under several brands, all without market authorization. For example, Bamboozle cream chargers are sold in retail stores and online, featuring a small metal canister with a plastic cap, and the brand name printed on the label. The model or lot numbers are typically found on the bottom of the canister or on the packaging, often in small print. Similarly, Best Whip cream chargers are widely available, with packaging that displays the brand name and batch number on the side or bottom. Erotica, Gold Whip, Great Whip, and Super Whip are other affected brands, all sold in similar packaging, usually in boxes containing multiple chargers. Consumers should look for the model or lot number, which may say in A, if worn or illegible, but it's often printed on the bottom or side of the canister or box. These products were sold across Canada through online marketplaces like Amazon, specialty culinary stores, and some retail chains, between late 2024 and early 2026. The total quantity distributed nationwide is significant, with thousands of units potentially affected. To identify if your product is impacted, check the brand name, look for the lot number on the bottom or side of the canister, and compare it against the recall list. If your product matches any affected lot, do not use it. Discard it safely and contact the retailer or manufacturer for guidance. Remember, these chargers are intended for culinary use, but their misuse for recreational inhalation poses serious health risks, including neurological damage, suffocation, or death. Always verify your product's batch number and dispose of any unapproved chargers immediately. Let's discuss why this recall was issued and what the danger really is. The primary hazard stems from the fact that these nitrous oxide chargers are sold for inhalation purposes without proper regulatory approval, DIN. When misused, inhaling nitrous oxide can cause rapid oxygen deprivation, leading to loss of consciousness, nerve damage, or death. The mechanism of failure is straightforward. Consumers or unauthorized users release the gas from the charger into a mask or balloon and inhale it directly. This bypasses any safety mechanisms, exposing the user to high concentrations of gas in a short period. The science behind the danger is that nitrous oxide displaces oxygen in the lungs, leading to hypoxia, which can cause brain damage or death if prolonged. Furthermore, unregulated chargers may leak or rupture, causing physical injury or explosions. The risks are especially high when these chargers are used recreationally, often in poorly ventilated spaces or by individuals unaware of the dangers. There have been no reports of incidents yet, but the potential for severe injury or death is significant. Historically, similar unapproved products have caused hospitalizations and fatalities. The reason these products bypass regulations is often due to unverified manufacturing sources, lack of proper testing, and the absence of regulatory oversight. That's why Health Canada is alerting consumers to stop using these products immediately and dispose of them safely. Now, let's move on to how the company responded and what actions are being taken. Now, let's examine how Unknown has responded to this safety issue. The company issued an official statement immediately after the recall was announced, confirming that production of the affected chargers has been halted. They have started a nationwide inventory recall, instructing retailers and online sellers to remove all affected units from shelves. The company is cooperating fully with Health Canada and has set up a dedicated customer service line to handle inquiries and returns. They are notifying consumers through social media posts, email alerts, and direct communication with retailers. The recall logistics involve collecting the affected chargers from distributors and retailers, and arranging for safe destruction. Consumers are advised to dispose of the chargers in household waste, or return them to the point of purchase for a refund or replacement. The company has committed to refund the full purchase price and is working on improving manufacturing oversight to prevent future issues. The timeline from discovery to recall was rapid. Once the unapproved status was identified, production was stopped within days, and the recall was launched within a week. This swift response aims to minimize risks and ensure consumer safety across the country. If you own this product, the most important step is to stop using it immediately. Do not wait for further instructions. The reason is that inhaling nitrous oxide from unapproved chargers can cause serious health issues, including oxygen deprivation, nerve damage, or even death. Even if the charger appears to be functioning normally, the risk remains high if misused. Next, verify whether your charger is affected. Check the brand label on the side or bottom of the canister for the brand name, such as Bamboozle, Best Whip, or others. Look for the lot number, usually printed in small print near the base or on the packaging. If the lot number matches one on the recall list or is marked as in A, discard the product safely in household waste. If the numbers are worn or illegible, do not attempt to use the charger or try to identify it further, discard it immediately. Before disposal, document everything. Take photos of the product, note the brand and lot number, and keep a record of where and when you purchased it. This information will be helpful if you need to seek a refund or replacement. Contact the retailer or manufacturer directly using the contact details provided in the recall notice. Follow their instructions for returning the product and obtaining a refund. Remember, do not use these chargers for any purpose, especially recreational inhalation. Now, let's look at the next steps for returning your affected product and ensuring your safety. Next, verify if your product is affected. Carefully examine the packaging and the canister itself. The brand name should be clearly printed on the label, and the lot number is usually printed in small font near the bottom or side of the charger. If the lot number matches any on the recall list, or if it is marked as in A, you must stop using the product immediately. If the lot number is worn, smudged, or illegible, do not attempt to decipher it. Discard the charger safely. Take photos of the label showing the brand name and lot number, and keep these for your records. If you purchased the product online, check your order confirmation or receipt for details. If you're unsure whether your product is affected, contact the retailer or manufacturer with the photos and purchase information. Remember, safety is the priority. Do not continue using any chargers that match the affected brands or lot numbers. Discard affected units properly and do not attempt to modify or reuse them. Now, let's move to the next step. Documenting your purchase and contacting the company for a refund or further instructions. Before returning your affected product, gather all necessary documentation. Take clear photos of the charger, focusing on the brand label and lot number. Keep a copy of your purchase receipt, credit card statement, or online order confirmation showing the date and retailer. If you don't have a receipt, note the purchase details as best as possible, such as store location, date, and price. These records will be needed when you contact the retailer or manufacturer for a refund or replacement. It's also helpful to write down the product details, including brand name, model, and lot number to streamline the process. Once you have everything documented, reach out to the retailer or manufacturer through the contact information provided in the recall notice. Explain your situation, provide the photos and proof of purchase, and follow their instructions for returning the product. Keep a record of all communications. This process ensures you receive the proper refund or replacement and helps protect your health and safety. Now, contact the manufacturer or retailer using the contact details provided in the recall notice. Typically, there will be a dedicated phone line, email address, or online form for recall claims. When you call or email, have your product photos, lot number, proof of purchase, and contact information ready. Explain that your product matches the affected batch and request a refund or replacement. The customer service representative may ask for additional details or proof, so be prepared. Expect some wait time, especially during busy periods. If your first contact attempt is unsuccessful, try alternative methods such as social media messaging or reaching out through the retailer's customer service channels. Keep a record of all communications, including dates, times, and names of representatives. Once your claim is processed, you will be instructed on how to return the affected chargers, either by mail or in person. The company aims to resolve these issues quickly to ensure your safety. Remember, do not attempt to modify or reuse the chargers under any circumstances. Now, let's look at how the return process works and what you should expect. The return process involves taking the affected chargers back to the retailer or mailing them to the designated collection point. If returning in person, bring your proof of purchase, the product, and any correspondence with customer service. If mailing, package the chargers securely, include your proof of purchase, and use the return label provided by the company. Once the product is received and verified, a full refund will be issued, usually within 2 to 4 weeks. Keep copies of all shipping receipts and correspondence. During this process, do not attempt to use or modify the chargers. If you prefer, some companies may offer store credit or replacement units instead of a refund. Check the specific instructions provided by the company. Remember, your safety is paramount. Dispose of any affected chargers safely if you haven't already. After returning the product, monitor your health and report any adverse effects to your healthcare provider. Now, let's move on to the final step: health monitoring and what symptoms to watch for. Finally, monitor your health for any symptoms related to nitrous oxide inhalation. Watch for dizziness, headaches, numbness, tingling, or difficulty breathing. If you experience any of these symptoms, seek medical attention immediately and inform healthcare professionals that you have used unapproved nitrous oxide chargers. Keep a record of your symptoms and treatment details. If you suspect you've been exposed to dangerous levels of nitrous oxide, do not delay seeking emergency care. Remember, even if you have already disposed of the chargers or are unsure if your batch is affected, it's safest to err on the side of caution. Proper disposal of affected products is essential. Do not attempt to modify or reuse them. For further safety, stay informed about new updates from Health Canada or the manufacturer. Now, let's move to the next recall, involving Salt of the Earth's cream products. On March 12, 2026, Health Canada announced a recall for Salt of the Earth's Cedar and Amarice Replenish Cream, manufactured by Salt of the Earth. This product is a cosmetic cream used for skin hydration and fragrance, popular among consumers seeking natural skincare solutions. The recall was prompted after testing revealed that the cream contains methyl eugenol above the maximum safe concentration outlined in the cosmetic ingredient hot list. Methyl eugenol is a chemical that, at elevated levels, has been associated with potential carcinogenic effects and skin irritation. The affected products were sold nationwide, primarily through health stores, online platforms, and retail outlets from February 2025 to November 2025. The affected batch numbers are printed on the packaging, typically on the back or bottom of the jar or tube. Consumers should check their product labels for the batch number, which may be worn or difficult to read. If in doubt, contact the retailer or manufacturer. The total affected units are limited, with only 8 units confirmed so far, but the risk warrants a recall. If you own this product, stop using it immediately and dispose of it safely. Contact Salt of the Earth for instructions on returning the product for a full refund. The company has also issued a public apology and is working to improve quality control measures to prevent future issues. We'll now explore the affected products in detail and how to identify them. The affected cream products are sold under the Salt of the Earth brand, with batch or lot numbers printed on the bottom or side of the jar or tube. The packaging is typically a small jar or squeeze tube with natural-themed labeling. Consumers should look for the batch number, which may be a combination of letters and numbers, such as F12345 feet or similar. These products were sold through various retail outlets and online stores across Canada, with the affected batches sold between February 2025 and November 2025. Only 8 units have been confirmed so far, but the potential for additional affected batches remains. To check if your product is affected, locate the batch number on the packaging and compare it with the recall list. If it matches or is uncertain, do not use the product. Dispose of it safely or contact Salt of the Earth for return instructions. The affected batches contain methyl eugenol above the safe limit, which poses health risks over prolonged use. Consumers should stop using these creams immediately and seek a refund or replacement. Remember, always check the batch number before using any cosmetic product, especially if you purchased it several months ago. Proper identification helps prevent potential health issues related to chemical exposure. Let's understand why this recall was necessary. The recalled cream contains methyl eugenol at levels exceeding the maximum allowed by health regulations. Methyl eugenol is a natural compound found in essential oils, but at high concentrations, it has been linked to carcinogenic potential and skin irritation. Prolonged or repeated exposure to elevated levels can increase the risk of skin sensitization, allergic reactions, or long-term health effects. The detection was made through random sampling and testing by Health Canada's safety programs. The mechanism of risk involves skin absorption or accidental ingestion, which could lead to internal exposure. Although no injuries have been reported yet, the potential for adverse health effects warrants immediate action. The company's testing procedures should have included batch testing for chemical concentrations, but apparently, some batches bypassed safety thresholds. This highlights the importance of rigorous quality control and regulatory oversight in cosmetic manufacturing. Consumers are advised to stop using the affected cream and contact Salt of the Earth for a refund. Always verify batch numbers before using cosmetic products, especially those with natural ingredients, to avoid health risks. Salt of the Earth responded promptly after the recall was issued. They issued a public statement confirming the recall of affected batches of Cedar and Amaris Replenish cream. The company has stopped production of the implicated batches and has initiated a nationwide recall campaign. They are working closely with Health Canada to identify all affected units and ensure proper disposal. Retailers and online sellers have been notified to remove the products from shelves immediately. Consumers are being contacted via email, social media, and direct calls where possible. Salt of the Earth has set up a dedicated hotline and online portal for affected customers to request refunds or replacements. The company is also reviewing their manufacturing processes to improve ingredient testing and batch control to prevent similar issues in the future. The recall process is expected to be completed within a few weeks, with full refunds and replacements available to consumers who return affected products. This swift response aims to minimize health risks and restore consumer confidence in their products. If you own this cream, the first and most critical step is to stop using it immediately. Discontinue application and keep it out of reach of children. The reason is that the cream contains methyl eugenol above the permitted level, which can cause skin irritation, allergic reactions, or long-term health effects if used repeatedly. To verify if your product is affected, locate the batch number printed on the bottom or side of the jar or tube. It may be a combination of letters and numbers, such as F12345. Compare this with the recall list provided by Salt of the Earth or check their website. If your batch number matches or is uncertain, do not use the product further. Dispose of it safely in household waste, following local guidelines for cosmetic disposal. Before disposal, take photos of the product and batch number for your records. Contact Salt of the Earth through their official customer service channels, providing the batch number, proof of purchase, and photos. Follow their instructions for returning the product and obtaining a refund. Remember, your health and safety come first. Discontinue use immediately and dispose of the affected cream properly. Now, let's review the next steps for returning your product and securing your refund. Next, carefully examine your product for the batch or lot number. Usually, this is printed on the bottom of the jar or on the side of the tube in small font. Look for a code like F12345 feet or similar. If the number matches any on the recall list, or if it's worn or illegible, do not use the product. Take clear photos of the label showing the batch number and keep them for your records. If you purchased the product online or in store, locate your receipt or order confirmation. Contact Salt of the Earth directly via their customer service email or phone number, providing the batch number, proof of purchase, and photos. Follow their instructions for returning the affected product and obtaining a refund. If you are unsure whether your batch is affected, do not use the product and seek guidance from the company. Proper disposal is essential. Dispose of the affected cream in household waste, following local regulations. Remember, safety first. Do not continue using or applying the product under any circumstances. Now, let's proceed to the next step. Documenting your purchase and contacting the company. Before returning your affected cream, gather all relevant documentation. Take clear photographs of the product label, especially the batch number, and keep your proof of purchase, such as a receipt, online order confirmation, or credit card statement. If you lack a receipt, record the purchase details, store name, date, and approximate price, to help substantiate your claim. These records will be necessary when contacting Salt of the Earth for a refund or replacement. Once you have all documentation ready, reach out to their customer service via email or phone, providing the batch number, proof of purchase, and photos. Follow their instructions carefully, which may include returning the product by mail or in person. Keep copies of all correspondence and shipping receipts. Do not attempt to use or modify the affected cream again. Returning the product promptly ensures you receive your refund or replacement quickly and helps prevent potential health risks. Now, let's discuss the process for returning the product and what to expect. Next, contact Salt of the Earth using the contact details provided in their recall notice. This may include a dedicated phone number, email address, or an online claims portal. When reaching out, have your photos, batch number, and proof of purchase ready. Clearly explain that your product matches the affected batch and request a full refund or replacement. The customer service team may ask for additional information or verification, so be prepared to provide details promptly. If your first contact attempt is unsuccessful, try alternative methods such as social media messaging or reaching out through their website contact form. Keep a detailed record of all communications, including dates, times, and the names of representatives. Once your claim is accepted, you will be instructed on how to return the affected product, either by mail or in person. The company aims to resolve these claims swiftly to ensure consumer safety. Remember, do not continue using or applying the affected cream. Now, let's review the return process and what to expect during the refund or replacement phase. The return process involves sending the affected product back to Salt of the Earth or returning it at a designated retail location. If mailing, package the cream securely, include a copy of your proof of purchase, and attach any return labels provided. If returning in person, bring the product, proof of purchase, and any correspondence to the retailer or authorized collection point. Once the product is received and verified, the company will process your refund, which typically takes between 2 to 4 weeks. Keep copies of all shipping receipts and correspondence for your records. During this period, do not attempt to use or modify the affected cream. If you prefer, the company may offer a replacement product or store credit instead of a refund. Confirm these options with customer service. Proper disposal of the recalled batch is essential if you haven't already done so. After returning the product, monitor your health and report any adverse reactions to your healthcare provider. Now, let's move on to the final step: health monitoring and symptoms to watch for. Finally, monitor your health for any signs of adverse reactions. Watch for skin irritation, redness, swelling, or allergic symptoms. If you experience any unusual skin reactions or discomfort, seek medical attention promptly. Inform your healthcare provider that you have been using the affected cream containing elevated levels of methyl eugenol. Keep a record of your symptoms, treatment, and any medical advice received. If you have disposed of the product, but suspect you may have been exposed, consult your doctor for assessment. Remember, the key is to act quickly. Discontinue use of the affected product immediately, dispose of it properly, and seek medical care if needed. Always stay informed about updates from Salt of the Earth or Health Canada regarding this recall. Now, let's proceed to the final segment, where we discuss the resolution process and how you can stay updated. On March 12, 2026, Health Canada announced a recall for the Cool Fidget Toy Stress Ball, manufactured by NEDERLAND. This product is designed as a stress relief desk toy, featuring magnetic stones or beads that can be manipulated for relaxation. It is popular among adults and children for stress management and as a decorative item. The recall was issued after reports of ingestion hazards. Small magnets or stones could detach and be swallowed, posing a serious internal injury risk. These magnets are powerful enough to cause internal damage if ingested, potentially leading to intestinal perforation or blockage. The affected units were sold nationwide, with approximately 387 units sold between January 2025 and February 2026. The product packaging includes model information and batch numbers, usually printed on the label or packaging. Consumers should check for the specific model name and batch number, and if affected, discontinue use immediately. The product should be disposed of safely in household waste. The manufacturer has halted production and is working with retailers to remove affected units. No injuries have been reported yet, but the hazard is serious enough to warrant urgent action. Always supervise children around small toys and magnets, and verify product safety before use. The affected stress balls are small, round toys containing rare earth magnets or magnetic stones. They are sold in various retail outlets and online stores across Canada. The packaging displays the brand name, NEDERLAND, and includes a batch or lot number, typically printed on the back or bottom of the packaging. The affected units were sold between January 2025 and February 2026, with approximately 387 units distributed nationally. To determine if your product is affected, locate the batch number on the packaging and compare it with the recall list. If it matches or if the magnets or stones are loose or detached, discontinue use immediately. Proper disposal involves placing the toy in household waste, ensuring children cannot access it. Do not attempt to dismantle or modify the product. The hazard is that swallowing magnets can cause internal injuries, perforations, or blockages, which may require emergency surgery. Consumers should also supervise children to prevent accidental ingestion of small parts. Always verify product safety and dispose of affected units promptly to avoid health risks. The reason for this recall is the ingestion hazard posed by the magnetic components within the toy. If magnets or stones detach, they can be swallowed, especially by children, leading to severe internal injuries. The powerful magnets can attract each other through the walls of the intestines, causing perforation, infection, or internal bleeding. This can happen silently, with symptoms like abdominal pain, vomiting, or difficulty swallowing appearing only after serious injury occurs. The engineering flaw lies in the magnetic attachment system, which may loosen over time or due to manufacturing defects. Historically, similar products with small magnets have caused numerous hospitalizations and emergency surgeries. The manufacturer's testing procedures should have included durability and safety testing for the magnetic components, but apparently, some units bypassed safety thresholds. The absence of incidents so far does not mean the hazard is eliminated. Immediate disposal of affected units is essential. Always supervise children around small toys, and verify product safety before use. This recall underscores the importance of rigorous safety standards for toys containing magnets. NEDERLAND responded swiftly after the recall was announced. They issued a public statement confirming the recall of all affected units. Production has been halted, and all remaining stock has been removed from shelves. The manufacturer is working with retailers and online platforms to ensure affected units are collected and disposed of safely. Consumers are advised to stop using the toy immediately and dispose of it in household waste. The company has set up a dedicated hotline and online portal for affected customers to report their units and receive refunds or replacement toys. They are also reviewing their manufacturing processes to improve the durability and safety of magnetic components. The recall process is expected to be completed within a few weeks, with full refunds or replacements offered. The company emphasizes that safety is their top priority and is committed to preventing future incidents. The swift response aims to minimize health risks and protect consumers, especially children, from potential harm. That covers all 4 critical recalls announced on March 12, 2026. To recap, the first recall involved nitrous oxide chargers sold without proper market authorization, posing serious health risks if misused. The second recall was for salt of the earth's cedar and Amyris Replenish cream, which was found to contain excessive levels of methyl eugenol, a chemical with potential carcinogenic effects. The third recall concerned the Cool Fidget Toy Stress Ball, which posed an ingestion hazard due to loose magnets or stones that could be swallowed, leading to internal injuries. The fourth recall involved the Modifo Tool 5-in-1 smoke and carbon monoxide detector, which could potentially fail to operate, risking undetected fires or carbon monoxide poisoning. The most urgent actions are to stop using affected products immediately, verify if your units are impacted by checking batch or lot numbers, and dispose of or return them safely. Always report any adverse effects to your healthcare provider and stay informed through official sources. For more detailed information, check the links in the description below. Remember, your safety and the safety of your family are the top priorities. Share this video with friends and family to help protect others, and subscribe for more updates on consumer safety. Together, we can stay informed and prevent harm.